Welcome. I'm Lauren Anderson, and this quick 15 or less minute flow will focus on some ooey gooey core work. So when I say core, we're going to do the glutes, we're going to do the abdominal muscles, we're going to do everything just kind of in this midsection, and you're going to feel so good after. So grab a blanket and a block and come on down to the floor. And we'll start here. And we'll take that block and we'll put it right in between the knees. We'll let the knees relax into the block. So the heels are going to be out a little bit wider than the knees. And we just take this as an opportunity to draw awareness to our breathing, our body, sensations going on right now. And every time a thought pops in, it's not that we're resisting the urge, but we're acknowledging the thought or the stream of thoughts. We're just not letting them take over and control. We're not ruminating. We acknowledge, we say, yeah, I'll talk to you later. And then we draw our awareness back to the breathing, a sensation, a sound that we're hearing that's reoccurring. We make ourselves present. Let's flip our palms down next to our hips. Heel toe the feet back in. Block will stay where it's at. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, squeeze the glutes and lift. And then lower. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze, press, lift. And then we lower. And one more time. Take a nice deep inhale. We exhale, we squeeze, we press, and we lift. And we slowly lower down. We're going to bring those knees to hover right over our hips. I'm going to take that blanket and we're going to hold it, much like we would hold a bar. So we've got our knuckle, we're kind of grasping around us, and we're going to reach that blanket overhead, and it's going to float. So you can let go of the blanket in the grasp right now and just have it hovering overhead. Just be aware, if you've got shoulder issues and you open your hands, you might feel your shoulders give away a little bit. So that clutch, holding on to that blanket might be more comfortable, or taking the blanket and pulling it apart like you're trying to rip it in half. And then we're just going to slowly start to lower the heels towards the ground and stop where we feel tension and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And lower that blanket off to the side. Grab that block. Squeeze the block between the hands, and we're just going to alternate tapping the heels. Inhaling, lowering, exhaling, lifting. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last time, inhale, exhale. Plant the feet, take the block, set it off to the side, and then either rock and roll yourselves up to a seated position or roll onto one side and come up. Take the block back in between the knees and take that blanket back over the forearms. So we're going to bring our forearms up to shoulder height. We're going to squeeze the knees together and we're going to lean back. Thumbs up towards the ceiling, squeeze the knees. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, and come back up. So you'll have to time your breath how it works for you. If you're feeling pressure in the pelvic floor or pain in the low back or the pelvis, maybe start just by being here and going back an inch or two. And then see how far you can get back before you start feeling those sensations that are uncomfortable or painful. And slowly over time, as we add this into our practice, we add on a little bit more. So squeeze the block, we lean back, and we pause. One more breath, inhale, and exhale, come up. Good. Let's move into a comfortable seated position. We're going to take the blanket overhead. So my preferred way to do this is just to put it overhead, and then I've got my hands kind of gripping the back edge. If you want to just try to have it rested on the palms, you could do that too. So we're going to snap our rib cage back into the back of our body. So we're not flaring the ribs forward. We're also not rounding through the back. We've created this nice little canister, pressing the blanket away from us, and then we're going to drop over to the left. Exhale back to top. Inhale. The right side. Exhale back to top. Do that one more time. Left side. Back to top. Inhale, right side. Exhale back to top, and slowly lower the blanket down. Just put that blanket on your lap for a moment and take a little breath here. We're going to set that blanket off to the side where our hands can be on it. Now we're going to pick up that block. We're going to place the hands on the blanket with the fingertips away from us. We're going to put the block in between our knees. We're going to take a nice deep inhale. We're going to exhale. We're going to squeeze the glutes. We're going to lift the hips. We're going to breathe here. Squeeze the glutes. If you can come off of your heels onto your tiptoes, lift and lower. Exhale, lift and lower. Inhale. Exhale, lift, squeeze, 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 and lower all the way back down. Wrap the hands around the shins and roll over. And then slowly come up. We're going to find our way onto all fours, keeping the block in between our knees. Little unconventional way to get there. You can remove the block and then put the block back between the thighs. Once you're on all fours, curl the toes. The palms are flat into the ground. We'll take a nice deep inhale. And then we'll exhale. We'll squeeze the block and we'll lift. And lower. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, lift. And lower. One more time. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. And lower back down. Slowly sit back. If this is not comfortable to sit here like this, just remove the block. Come back into a seated position. I'm going to set that block over to the left side and place the left forearm down on the block. If that's too far, too much intensity in the right side of the body, then go ahead and place the left hand and just slide it out. Reach that right arm up and over. And then we will prop ourselves up. We'll take our block and set it off into the right. We'll do the same thing on the second side. Even if we have more range of motion on the other side, just kind of do the same movement, same motion. It doesn't always have to be equal, but we're going to do that for right now. And we'll slowly come back to the top. We're going to take our block right next to us. We're going to lower ourselves back onto our back. I've got my blanket under my head. I'm going to lift my hips and slide my block underneath my pelvis. So here's the deal. This is a restorative back bend. This is supported bridge pose. Some people hate the feeling of a block underneath their pelvis. It causes pain. So another option here is to roll some blankets up and get some height, or a pillow, a couple pillows, a bolster, whatever you have available. It could even be a block with a blanket over the top. You create the softness that you need. I like to line the top of my pelvis up with the top of the block, or the portion of the block that's closest to my head, and let the rest of my booty hang off. And I've got enough hanging off here. If it's really uncomfortable to have your bum, your buttocks, your booty, whatever you call it, hanging off the edge of the block, then put something under there to support it. It's totally your call. It should be like this mild back bend, though, through the sacrum and through the low back. Take 5 breaths here. And when you're ready, if you're ready, press into your feet, lift your hips, and remove that block. One of my all-time favorite restorative poses. We'll roll onto one side. And just take a breath again. And press yourself into a comfortable seated position. Sit up nice and tall. Take 3 breaths with me, please. Inhaling through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. And thank you for joining me today for this quick, rapid core practice. I hope you will join me again, and I will see you next time. Take care.